So it's the day before season starts here in Mississippi. We've got our buddy Dave Owens coming in to hunt with us a few days, and knowing him, he may hunt with us and like bump y'all. He'd go do his own thing, but Lake and I are off scouting today. He's at the camp, and I am scouting some public land, and we're trying to figure out where some turkeys are. There'd be a couple of them up in here. On the fire lane. On the fire lane. To the left. What? He's right behind the clump on the right side of the road. He's right behind it right there. Like 90 to 100. You got eyes on him. Yeah, he's strutting up to the left of that clump. Don't get around this, ain't they? You see him still? Yeah, I caught a glimpse. I'm walking to the right. It is 8 o'clock, so about an hour after sunrise, and I've hunted these woods a long time, and I knew about this fire breaking here, so we came in easing up it because nothing's really gobbling, and got to a spot where we could see, I don't know, you can see 200 yards through these woods. And I just picked up binoculars just to be careful, and was scanning through there and saw a tail fan out there, puffed out. And my first thought was, is that a strutting decoy? And then it moved, and I was like, hit the deck. So anyway, we got up behind a big oak tree, and they were naturally coming towards us, and they short shucked us about. We thought it was 70 or 80 where they crossed at, but ranged it, and it's like 50 to 55. So they were almost in gun range. Mike could have pushed one through there if I'd have known that. But one thing I hate worse than missing a turkey is putting pellets in one you don't get, and at that range, it's very possible that it can happen. So we're doing a log man right at the moment, hoping to want to fire off. You like doing a log man, don't you?
A log man?
Sit still, act like a log.
Okay. Yeah, I like log man. I'm real bad at the log man. Is quickly followed by the sleeping man. So if I ever sit still, I'm usually looking at the back of my eyelids. That's the bad part about it. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. If you're in the timber like this, laying your eyes on one before he lays his eyes on you is not the norm.
I ain't gonna do it.
It's morning number 2 in Mississippi.
We ain't heard diddly squat. been standing here hooting. Crows going off. Woodpeckers over there hissing and squealing.
You ever heard a woodpecker hiss? How you hear that? That's a hiss?
Yeah.
I wouldn't describe it as a hiss.
A squeal.
Squeal maybe, yeah, but hissing.
What do you call it?
Pileator was pileating.
He was pileating.
Yeah.
We ain't heard nothing.
Evening number 2 for the PINHOTI Primus Rodeo, Jordan's Life. Hey, let's go down there to leave that blank. See, because I ain't been hunting out there about 3 or 5 times. And I've got on one turkey there before.
Well, at least I'm honest with you.
Just ain't proving himself this year.
Oh, today has been a bust. We hunted for an hour, 2 hours this morning, and then we got back to the truck and it started raining. So we got a little downtime. Dave got some work done, got a video edited. We're just prospecting at the moment because it's raining where we've been hunting. So we detoured farther to the north and west, and it doesn't look like it's rained very much here since last day or so.
In the background though.
Yeah, it's thundering over where we're thinking about going. So we're gonna make a little loop, maybe get lucky.
So this is the current situation. It is a little after, I think it's a little after 4 a.m. Yeah, about a quarter after 4. And Jordan was supposed to meet me and Dave over here at the RV, hop in with him, and head back out for this morning's hunt. Supposed to get some rain in by this afternoon, but we have until about lunchtime to see if we can get something done. And Jordan calls me just a few minutes ago and said he woke up and he feels terrible sick. Not like COVID sick or anything, mostly like nauseous and sick of his stomach. I think he's been throwing up and stuff, so not ideal. We just got to figure out what we're going to do now as far as changing plans and whatnot. What it is? I was filling everyone in on our good fortune.
Oh man. Well, at least the truck cranked.
Yeah, we got that going for us. I don't know what the rest of the day is going to hold, or the rest of this week for that matter, but we're going to keep trying. It's all we can do. Hopefully Jordan feels better. Until then.
Day 3. Jordan's already becoming a snowflake. You're going to have a rough year ahead of you, big dog.
Want to foul a time or two here and just go ahead and bust across.
Yeah. I get lucky.
Yeah.
About par for the course.
Has to be expected.
Yep. And what my weather report said is supposed to be up to like 17 miles an hour by like 9 o'clock. Try to get across.
Yeah. I think that's our best play.
It's a log. But it's a slippery log. That's gonna be a pretty good hop from there to there.
I'm just going ahead and telling you, my feet are getting wet. Ain't no way around it.
There you go.
Our plan is, birds aren't gobbling, which is not surprising. So instead of just moving through here rapidly, we're just gonna set up in this falling down limbs and mess. Dave's calling some from that break. We're just gonna sit down in there for a little while, see if they may come through here, because we got that break right here, a little buffer of open timber, and then it starts getting pretty thick. So I think if they're gonna move, they're gonna come through here. They ain't gonna walk through that thicket. It's gonna be like this.
Kind of felt like one would gobble sometime, but I guess not.
Yeah, I was hoping.
Well, it's a real good try.
We sat at our little tree spot in our built-up blind for a little more than an hour. At least an hour, maybe more than that. Sun actually popped out, and it looks like a completely different day than when we started. But we still got this bad weather on the way. So what we're gonna try to do is make the most of while we got the time to hunt. Kind of ooze through here as quietly and as slick as we can. Try not to bump anything. And with the sun doing like this, we may even get one to gobble. Weather's one of the many things you can't control in turkey hunting. But unfortunately, it can also be one of the most frustrating things, and that's what it's been the entire Mississippi season so far. But you work with it.
But you can't control. Huh? What? You can control your attitude. Yeah. You can control your attitude and be glass half full. That's what you can control.
Optimism.
We're gonna whoop one here in just a few minutes. Just give us a second. We gotta get our gears turning again. Optimism, baby. He's gonna do it in a minute.
I think so.
He's gonna have to hurry.
That was a gobble.
Is that a hen?
That was a gobble. I'm telling you.
I thought it was a hen. It was right there, wasn't it?
Yes.
We can jump to that pine tree if we have to. Oh, it's a gobble. It's a gobble, it's a gobble, it's a gobble. You get on that pine tree right there. I'm gonna stay on this one right here. I'm gonna ease up to that one to get this junk out in front of me.
There he is. Dave, I see him.
Where at?
Straight in front of you.
Okay.
The big pine. He's behind the big pine in front of you. fucking happen just like that.
Right as he was getting in shotgun range, I looked up and there was 2 other longbeards right down the fire lane right there.
Honestly, when I told you that I saw him, I got on him then. I'm not positive if I was on him or not when you shot, because I was filming them other 2 gobblers.
Oh, was you? You was on the other ones.
Yeah, but I pulled back. I may have had him. I'm not sure. Hey, dude, what were we talking about?
Glass half full, baby.
Glass half full.
Keep the glass half full.
We ain't drowned it in Mississippi no more.
That little high-pitched, tingy stuff, he just crushed it. I thought it was a hen I heard first. He said, I thought it was a gobble. I hit it again.
You have no clue how happy I am right now, bro.
You have no clue how happy. 3 days worth of dealing with this rain, nastiness. I mean, it just happens like that. We knew we were gonna strike these turkeys too. I said,
just crossed that little log, and you said we're gonna find one. I said,
yeah. You said if you're looking for my optimism to fade, what was it you said?
I said if you're waiting for my optimism to fade, you're gonna be waiting a while.
You're the little optimistic engine that could.
Yeah. I do have to mention, I'm gonna go easy on him right now because I know he's gonna be sore about it. Jordan, buddy, I'm sorry. I know he got sick this morning, you know. Like, man, I'm sorry. I hate you. I mean, trust me. I'm gonna be nice right now. I'm sure this will turn to me and Dave giving you grief at some point. But right now, I genuinely am sorry that you had to miss this.
We apologize for that.
I know you want to be here.
I asked you if you were on him, and you said yeah, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes, sir. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Look where he's been strutting in all this mud the last couple days.
I always try to think of how many things you can pull from this one hunt to learn from, you know.
There's a common theme in about all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like this, there's a common theme that hunts like this kind of highlight: persistence. You know?
Yeah.
We done drove all over this side of the dang Mississippi trying to dodge the rain. And it's like we get out of the truck, we get all our garb on, we get about 150 yards in there, and that's tough when you're dragging around video cameras.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I've said it before. This early in the season, the chances of you striking one like that probably are a little bit less.
For sure, more slim than, say, give it a week and a half.
And there are instances, I think, where you can do more harm than good bumping around like
Absolutely.
that. But I think it's not like we just went trailblazing through the woods.
You can say it.
Yeah.
We just got lucky. We're on national forest. It's going to get hunted. This is not a good practice if you think there's a turkey. If you know there's a turkey in there and you can kill him and you feel like he's going to stay there, the best practice is most likely wait till he's ready. But in this given situation, our lack of availability for the next couple weeks, when these turkeys are probably going to be screaming from the treetops, combined with you kind of had to put your boots on the ground to make sure that you don't want to waste time when they are gobbling in a spot that ain't got turkey.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that point up, because a lot of times when we are talking about, sit back and wait, if you know you can wait for it to get right and wait for better conditions, but I mean, you as well as ours, a lot of folks that keep up with us and watch us, a lot of them, the only windows they have to hunt are like
vacation
Saturdays
days.
Or vacation days, and that kind of situation. If they're hunting just vacation days and they're in a camp, or they're hunting national forest, public land, they don't have the opportunity to do that. They got to get it while they can.
Wait. Yep. So a lot of people don't have the luxury of hunting every day. Yeah. So sometimes you got to push the envelope a little bit, and we got lucky today. It takes a bit of luck to wander, but you got to be strategic about it. We just didn't go, like you said, we didn't go trailblazing through the woods. We were sneaky. We were using this fire break to kind of help, which granted, the woods are quiet today because it's so wet.
Which helped.
And as we're yelping as we walk. A lot of people are like, man, you know, that's, to me, the way I always visualize that is a turkey standing there. You can walk up, the chances of you seeing the turkey before he sees you, granted, it happened to us a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
1 in a million, okay? The chances of you seeing him before he sees you is very slim.
Very, very slim.
So as I'm approaching him, whether I know it or not, I like yelping, sounding like a hen. Give him the opportunity to gobble to let me know he's there. Otherwise,
if you're just walking through there, you're gonna bump him anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He
heard it.
And I think we talked about it either right after you shot him or when you got to the turkey. I call it like a bell curve of the distance of how a turkey will react to a call. And on days like this, or when it's early in the season, I feel like you got to be tight to them sometimes to get them to react.
Absolutely. Sometimes, and especially when in dreary days like this, when it's just not a gobbling day, it's just not hitting on all cylinders. I feel like that circle, that bubble that they have that's going to get that gobble from them is pretty small.
I mean, what was he, 150?
Maybe $150. Yeah.
Another thing I always like to point out, because we did do this, when we thought, when you thought it was a hen, I thought it might have been a gobble. We both knew it was a turkey of some sort. Yeah. Before you yelped again, we both were looking like, all right, where can we get?
Yep. I said found that pine tree back there with some junk in front of it. I said, there's a pine tree. That's our fallback plan. That's what happens if he gobbles and knees got to buckle. We got a place to go. And then ended up being able to advance on him a time or two, just to give us more shooting opportunities, because the way these woods are laid out, they get burned pretty frequently, and beautiful woods. I mean, when you get burns like this, you got that ground cover, you got that vegetation, you got that sunlight hitting the ground, you've got blackberry, you've got good food for deer, you've got nesting cover. It's a good recipe.
Yeah.
And it just gets thick around the edges, and we knew he was going to cling to that open ground.
Mm-hmm.
So just scooting up when we could just to be able to cover more of it was just a no-brainer, and it worked out.
That was fine, man. You don't get to see that often.
And him come up through there, that old head white, him strutting. I mean, he come through there just like he was supposed to. It's a postcard, what it was.
Yeah, it was.
All these big pines, big old white oak right there, some red oaks right here. I mean, just a mixture of everything, these grasses. I mean, this is just a recipe for turkeys.
It's turkey woods.
And you can hear it on these videos, man. Like when them turkeys gobble before you kill them, your breath is all choppy. You're in this zone, and nothing else can put you there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that from nothing else.
Yeah.
And
shoot, I was just back there running the camera, and I was like, I gotta hold this camera still.
Camera's worse than anything. God, because you want it for the people in front of you. Good people want it for the people in front of you just as bad as you want it for yourself, man.
That's why when you asked me had I got him, I was not sure if I had him or not, but I still said yeah.
I'm sure glad you said yeah.
I got it, baby. I got it.
Buddy, I can't appreciate you enough, buddy.
Dude.
You and Jordan brought me down here. We talked about it last year, and I was already swinging more south than where y'all were.
Mm-hmm.
And ended up staying down there the whole time. Wasn't able to swing by here, but this year I said, I'm going to get up there to them boys.
I've been wanting to do this again ever since Wisconsin in 2018 or 19, whenever it was.
19, yep. If you wander off in the woods for somebody who does not have an appreciation for it can be the worst experience in the world.
Yeah.
But if you wind up wandering off in the woods with somebody who shares that passion, then it can be a beautiful experience.
Mm-hmm. I swear I love these critters more than I love the next breath I breathe sometimes.
I tell you what, it is a fine, fine thing. Fine thing.